Hello everyone, this is Aguiar2000 and welcome back to The Novelist. So last we left off, we had just completed the first month. And let's see. 1. When the Kaplans arrived and Dan was struggling with writer's block, he found his notebook and wrote all night, but also found time for a few glasses of wine with his wife. 2. When Dan received a surprise inheritance, he paid for a week at camp so Tommy could play with children his age, but he also had Paul announce the book in the back of the literary register. 3. When Tommy needed hours of extra tutoring help, Dan committed to knocking off every night at 7 o'clock for family time, but also made time to help Tommy for the first hour of his exercises each morning. Now we are up to number 4, when Linda put on an art show and asked for Dan's help with publicity. So let's see. Let's continue. So I think everybody's pretty even now, so I can kind of decide what would be best. The show. Linda got a letter in the mail. THI. Okay. Alright, so no one's here right now. Oh, come on. There we go. Mrs. Kaplan, we're thrilled to be exhibiting your work Thursday. I know this all came together a little last minute, but our secretary is only part-time and she sometimes gets behind. I've sent along some forms and samples for the ad we plan to run in this week's paper. I know it's probably the last thing you want to worry about right now, but what's the point of putting on a show if no one knows about it? Anyhow, I hope this is all a bit I know this is all a bit hectic, but while we might be small, we have a lot of heart, and we're very excited about your show. Nicole Adams, Westlake Gallery. Okay, I can't read that. I need to be careful, stay in the lights. Now they have turned off a couple of lights, I remember it saying. Okay, so that's Tommy and Dan at the beach, I guess. Come on, there we go.
Hey, Mommy.
Clues in here? Doesn't look like there are any clues in here. Really should go out to dinner like that more often. That's not a clue. Okay. Dinner this week. Sunday, hot dogs, mac and cheese. Monday, baked ziti and salad. Tuesday, quiche, Lorraine, and salad, watching our waistlines. Wednesday, meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and broccoli. Thursday, roasted chicken, new potatoes, tomato, and cucumber salad. Friday, crock-pot pork chops and 3-bean salad. Saturday, hamburgers, baked beans, and corn on the cob. Dan Grill's night. Okay, that's cool. But they've got a plan like that. Paul's happy enough for now. Ooh, there's another clue. Paul called again. Are you going to call him back?
Can't beat me.
Okay. So
Hey, hon. What you doing?
Plenty of stressors here. Oh, that lamp has been turned off. That's too
Hey.
bad.
Hey, my man.
I'm sure there are more clues around. Might as well get this guy now.
It's impossible to get into a rhythm right now. This place was supposed to create some peace and quiet, but I almost never get 2 unbroken writing blocks in the same day. I know I'll never get exactly the schedule I want, that's just a fact of life. But that doesn't make it easier to get good work done with everything else going on. Just gotta figure out a way to push through. No other choice, really. This book isn't going to write itself.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you just gotta make a plan, put in whatever time you can, and whatever you can get done is whatever you can do. I think, so my father used to tell me something that I think kind of resonated with me, which was, all you can do is all you can do, but all you can do is enough. And the idea being, you know, if you're really honestly doing your best, and only you yourself can determine that, then you should never feel guilty about it not being enough to satisfy a certain goal. It's if it's all you can do, then it has to be enough.
Hey, what's wrong?
Aw, I feel so bad for them with all this stress. Yeah, it's the same literary register that we've seen before, May edition. I really hope he can find a way to just kind of accept what he can do, just kind of focus on it without any, like, without the emotional stress of it all.
Huh.
That's so tough.
Hey, hon, what you doing? Blasting off.
Is that
Oh shoot.
Did you see it?
Did it come
No,
back?
no, 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 no. Dang it. Now I've made both Dan and Linda suspicious.
Right there.
Ah,
Huh.
Blast off.
this is so hard.
You're not crazy. You're not crazy.
See her memories.
I don't know yet, honey.
What is it, Mommy?
Huh. Where is Dan? He's in here. Or, no, this is Linda again.
We just put Tommy down, and then we watched Alfred Hitchcock Presents. It was the one where the guy thinks a snake is on his stomach under the sheets, and they spend the whole episode trying to figure out if he's right or not. Dan hates snakes, so we were both holding each other, scared to death. It was great to have a normal evening again. We've been sticking to the 7 o'clock rule, and I can tell it's making a difference. We've started planning our days around making sure to be there, and we even have a new tradition. When we sit down, we each tell the family the best thing that happened to us that day. It's a small thing, but sometimes the small things can make a big difference.
I love that. And I mean, I don't know that that's necessarily a small thing at all. It sounds like, it's a really big part of your life to have that kind of structure and to, really make time for your family and to focus on the positive. I like that. Say the best thing that happened to you that day.
I got it.
Okay. Cannot get spotted again. Okay, gotta look for clues. She's not coming this way, is she? I hope not.
Has it been 5 years already? I still remember the thought that blindsided me when I saw Tommy for the first time. He's my new creative work. TJ gave me such a look when I told her I was going to cut back on my painting, but she doesn't have any kids, so there's no way she could understand. It's hard to top creating an entire person. Maybe she thought Dan told me I had to stay home. That would have been a very short conversation. Still, I can't ignore the fact that it's time to figure out what on hold means. What would it look like to go back full time? Do I want to?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a parent, and I won't ever be a parent, but I definitely understand the idea of, children being the number one priority in the life of a parent. So, it's important to... to find out how to balance the rest of your life despite that. Okay, I'm gonna get over there and get that painting
Whoa,
or
it's messed
drawing.
up again.
Okay, so that's him at the beach, I guess, looking at a seashell or something. This note good for one adventure. Signed, Daddy. Aw, that's sweet.
Huh?
Okay, I need more clues for both Dan and Linda. I'm gonna wait for... let's see. Would it be in the office, in the bedroom? Where have I not gone yet?
It just never stops. Every time I plot something I think will hold together, it falls to pieces. This thing was supposed to be done months ago, but the further I get, the harder it is to make it all work. Nothing's ever as simple as it seems at first. I'll think about a problem for days, finally come up with a fix, and then realize it breaks something somewhere else. I can barely hold all the threads together. Sometimes this thing just feels too big for me and I want to burn it and walk away. But what else would I do? And the deadlines don't help either. I can't think harder or faster. This stuff comes when it comes, and getting stressed out about it just makes it harder to get the words down. Like right now, I'm writing about the thing instead of working on the thing. Damn it, Dan, get to work.
So I can kind of understand that. When I was writing my last story, I had to think about, how to fit certain things into the overall scheme. And what I ultimately did was I had a couple of scenes that were in my mind that just sort of got left on the cutting room floor. Like, I had thought about them and kind of planned out the scene in isolation in my mind well in advance. But then as I was writing the story to get there, I realized it wouldn't fit. So I just I abandoned that in favor of figuring out, rather than trying to put it together, find a way to make it fit like a jigsaw puzzle. Instead, I kind of thought of it like I've already started the world of the story and I'm watching it play out. I'm letting it tell me the story rather than me trying to force it to do something. And I don't know, maybe that doesn't always work, but maybe that sometimes could help if you're a little stuck. It's still the May edition we've seen before, and get into the light. Okay, so more clues in the house. In arts and entertainment news, the Westlake Gallery has announced a new show by visiting artist Linda Kaplan. A resident of Laurenton, Mrs. Kaplan is visiting the coast with her family and has completed a new series she describes as, quote, an expression of restrained emotion using society's imposition on nature as a lens, end quote. Details of the show will be forthcoming. Local art enthusiasts will be doubly pleased to learn that the community center will be... Okay, well that's cool that she's got that. Read Linda's thoughts to see what she wants. Need to find one more thing regarding Dan.
Paul. Hey man, if I'd known my letter would set you off like that, I wouldn't have written. My fault. Let's both just calm down. I see now that it was stupid to ask if you knew any art agents. That's like you asking me if I know any professional sculptors. Dumb question, point taken. But believe me, no one's more worried about the schedule than I am. I think about it every day. I can't get away from it. Most nights I start thinking about it and can't stop. My heart starts beating out of control and I have to get up and try to work just to calm down. I'm not slacking off, man. I shouldn't have made you think I was focused on anything else. I'll get everything sorted out. Seriously. Dan.
Man, this just kind of reinforces my idea that Paul is kind of a dick. He seems to be pretty stressed out about the deadlines, but, he's also being really harsh, it seems, on Dan about it. And I think that would kind of explain why Dan is so stressed about it, is because he's getting so much pressure from Paul. And I think, it would behoove Paul even to be less... okay, I need to read Tommy's memories. It would behoove Paul and his goal of getting this all done quickly
Blast off!
to not be so aggressive with poor Dan.
Right down there.
Cool, can we go?
So I guess that's kind of referring to the adventure. That's his drawing with his dad, okay. What does he want? Take my bucket to the beach with Daddy. I get to another lamp from here? There is no way. It's not letting me, because that lamp just
Blast off!
isn't working anymore. And I don't think I should emerge
Having fun today?
right in
Uh-huh.
front of him. Does she want Dan could take care of the promo forms on the coffee table? Alright. Chain myself to the typewriter to make it. Oh, man. So... Okay, so now everyone's kind of even now, so I gotta sort of decide. Now, on one hand, Dan's thing seems super pressing. But on the other hand, this chapter seems to kind of be about Linda because it's mentioning the art show. And, you know, yeah, so I feel like focusing on Linda this time with a compromise with Dan. I do feel bad about Dan not quite doing things all the way, but I mean, he's still making it. I think Paul needs to chill the F out. Okay, promo forms on the coffee table. Promo forms on the coffee table. That's not the coffee table, that's the dinner table, I guess. Oh, I can go into this. Oh, that's right, I could always go to this lamp. Oh, okay, I can get there from here. Okay. Alright, so I need to... Oh, I can't go into that lamp in the corner anymore, can I? No, they've turned that off. Okay, so I need to get these folks away from the coffee table. Can I do it this way? Did that only get Dan?
Oh my
Really?
god, the light again.
Shoot. Now they're getting at it from opposite angles. That's not helpful. How about this?
Take another look later.
Check that out. The light again?
Okay. Okay. And typewriter. All right. Why you should do The art show was a huge opportunity for Linda, so after getting an earful from Paul, Dan spent Saturday working on an announcement ad for their local paper. He called every writer he knew to ask if their agents knew anyone in the art world, and on the fourth call he got lucky. The effort paid off. The show was a hit. Ah, so glad that worked out. Networking, that's important. Dan knew he couldn't deliver a finished chapter on time, but he decided that sending a rough draft would be better than sending nothing at all. He called Paul to warn him about the state of the work. Paul understood. He even thanked Dan for his honesty, and though the chapter was in its early stages, Paul saw enough promise to keep the publisher at bay a little longer. Yeah, see? That's good. That's good. Tommy spent Saturday playing by the window, looking out at the beach and wishing his dad wasn't so busy doing grown-up things. He tried to use the shovel that came with his bucket as a jump for his cars, but it was too light and kept sliding out of the way. It was weeks before he played with his bucket again. Oh, poor Tommy. But it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. I'm really glad that Paul was kind of understanding, because like I said, let's see. Okay, Full House. A friend of Dan's was coming to visit, but...
Hey, Mommy, look at this.
Alright, so... I'm just gonna say... I'm really pleased that... You know, I like that, you know, Linda's career is not completely taking a back seat to Dan's. I like that, she is getting to advance her art career, because that's important. And Dan, I like that Paul was understanding, and it kind of goes back to what I was saying, all you can do is enough. So, I'm glad that and that's another thing, it can be tempting if you can't meet 100% of the goal. It can be tempting to just give up entirely. Like, if you can't pay this bill in full on time, it can be tempting to just not pay it. But almost in every case, the best thing to do is to call the person to whom you owe money, or the person to whom you owe work, as the case is here. Let them know the situation and give them as much as you can rather than nothing. And almost any time that will work out better than giving up or just running away. So anyway, that was a good one. It's kind of a stressful situation here. It's tough to please everybody. It's kind of impossible to please everybody all the time. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please rate and remember to subscribe if you want to be notified the next time I upload or publish. So have a great day. Bye-bye.